They left him, but he got away. And now he wants to find those pirates, and he wants to use that gun. He wants to shoot their captain, Barbossa." The Black Pearl was at the Isla de Muerta. "It's time, my dear," said Ragetti. He smiled at her, but his one good eye watched her carefully. They put her in a small boat and left the Black Pearl. The fog got thinner. Elizabeth could see a big, black cave. "Are we going in there?" she asked.
"Yes, my dear,"
said Pintel. Chapter 10. Gold. A short time later, Will and Jack and their men arrived at the Isla de Muerta too. Through the fog, they could see ships, old ships under the water. Jack turned to Gibbs. "Stay here with the men," he said. Jack and Will got into a smaller boat and started to go to the island. "Do you see that?" said Will. "There! A cave, I think." The boat moved slowly into the cave. It was very dark, and the walls were wet. Jack and Will didn't speak. On their left, they saw a light, and next to it was a skeleton. It had a sword in its back. They stopped the boat and jumped out. Then Will followed Jack, and they climbed for a short time. Suddenly, they saw some lights. In front of them was a second, bigger cave. They saw gold boxes, gold cups, gold plates, and gold swords, and a lot of money. The cave was full of gold. In the middle of the cave, in the middle of the gold, Elizabeth stood next to an old Aztec box. She couldn't move because Barbossa had his hands on her. Will wanted to go to her, but Jack stopped him. "No," he said. "We have to wait." Will didn't want to wait. Elizabeth's life was too important to him. "I'm sorry, Jack," he said, and he hit Jack hard. Jack fell to the ground. He didn't move. Will looked around the cave and listened. "Do you know my plan?" Captain Barbossa said to his men. "When this curse ends, I'm going to eat fruit. A lot of fruit." The other pirates laughed. Barbossa looked at Elizabeth. He took her hand and cut it with a knife. Then he put the medallion on her hand and closed her hand around it. "Blood," he said. "Turner's blood. The curse started with blood, and it ends with blood." He took the bloody medallion from Elizabeth and put it into the box, onto the gold. The pirates waited. "I don't feel different," Ragetti said. "Is that really the end of the curse?" "How will we know?" Pintel asked. Barbossa thought about that. Then he took out his gun and shot Pintel. Pintel stayed on his feet. The pirates were very unhappy. "Oh, it didn't work!" they shouted. Barbossa didn't understand. "You," he said to Elizabeth. "Was your father William Turner? Bill Turner?" "No," she said. The pirates shouted again. "She's not Turner's child! She's the wrong person!" "But she had the medallion!" "She's the right age!" They called to Barbossa. "You killed Bill! You started this!" Nobody looked at Elizabeth. Suddenly, she felt a hand on her arm. It was Will. "Come with me," he said quietly. "Quickly, now." Elizabeth started to move, but first she took the medallion. They ran to the boat.
"Look, the girl! She has the medallion! Get them!"
The pirates ran to their boats. Then they saw Jack.
"Jack Sparrow,"
said Barbossa.
"aren't you dead?"
"No, I'm not dead."
"But you will be."
Barbossa took out his gun. "Wait, wait," said Jack. "The girl's blood didn't work."
"How do you know?"
"I know. You don't want her blood. I can help you." Chapter 11. The Blood of a Pirate. Will and Elizabeth arrived at the interceptor.
"Where's Jack?"
asked Gibbs. "Yes, where's Jack?" asked Anna Maria. Jack? Jack Sparrow? Elizabeth wasn't happy. She didn't want the help of a pirate. "He's on the island," Will told them. "We have to go, now!"
"Okay,"
said Gibbs.
"Get ready!"
he shouted to the other sailors. Will and Elizabeth went to the back of the boat. Will looked into Elizabeth's eyes. He moved nearer, but Elizabeth stopped him. "This is yours," she said. She gave him the gold medallion. "What's this?" he asked. "Don't you remember? You had it when I found you." "Oh, yes," said Will. He looked at the medallion. "It was my father's." And then he understood. "They have to have my blood, not yours. My father's blood, the blood of a pirate." Jack and Barbossa sat at a table on the Black Pearl. "Ah, my ship," Jack said.
"It isn't your ship now,"
Barbossa said angrily. "You give me my ship," Jack said, "and I'll give you a name. You'll have your blood, and I want to say thank you."
"Why?"
"You left me on that island," Jack said. "You took the gold, and the curse went with it. But the curse isn't on me, so thank you." A pirate came in. "We can see the interceptor," he said.
"Get the guns ready!"
shouted Barbossa. "Why don't I go onto the ship and talk to them?" Jack said. "I'll get your medallion."
"No, you won't,"
Barbossa turned to his sailors.
"Take him downstairs and watch him."
The Black Pearl moved faster and faster. The sailors on the interceptor watched the pirate ship.
"It's too fast!"
Gibbs shouted. "We're too heavy," said Anna Maria. They threw everything into the water. Boxes, bottles, food. But the Black Pearl was very near them now. Then it was at their side. The fight was short, and Barbossa's pirates quickly won. They took Elizabeth and Jack's sailors onto the Black Pearl. Barbossa had the medallion in his hand. Suddenly, Will was there in front of him. He had a gun. "She goes free," he said. "Elizabeth goes free."
"No, she doesn't, boy," said Barbossa. "Put down that gun. You can't kill me. We're ghosts. We can't die."
"You can't, but I can." Will put the gun to his head. "My name is Will Turner. My father was Bill Turner. His blood is my blood.
The pirates looked at Will. They didn't move.
Without my blood,
said Will,
the curse will always be with you.
he was right. The pirates knew it. Okay, Mr. Turner, said Barbossa. What do you want?
Elizabeth goes free.
Yes, we know that. And? Will thought hard. This game was new to him.
And the sailors of the Interceptor.
Okay, said Barbossa. Will put down his gun. Barbossa took it and smiled. Jack and the girl will go to that island, he said. He showed them a very small island near the boat.
But they won't be free,
shouted Will.
You said...
They will be free, but they'll be free on that island. Chapter 12. On a Small Island. Now, Barbossa said to Jack, it's time for a swim.
Last time you gave me a gun, said Jack.
Yes, that's right. Barbossa turned to his sailors. Give him his gun.
There are two of us. We want two guns.
Only one. You can shoot the girl with it. Barbossa took the gun and threw it into the water. Elizabeth jumped in and Jack followed. They swam to the bottom and got the gun. Then they swam to the island. They looked back at the Black Pearl.
He has my ship again, said Jack angrily. For the second time.
Elizabeth looked around the island.
It's not very big, she said.
Jack didn't speak. He remembered this island. He sat down and started to make a fire.
How can we get away?
Asked Elizabeth. We can't.
How long can we live here?
Oh, there's food on the trees. Maybe a month. Maybe more.
But we don't have a month. We have to help Will. We have to do something now.
Elizabeth sat by the fire and started to sing the old song.
Yo-ho, yo-ho, a pirate's life for me. Yo-ho, yo-ho, a pirate's life. We drink, we fight, and then we die. Yo-ho, yo-ho, and we drink to a pirate's life.
How do you know that? Jack asked.
Oh, I learnt it when I was a child.
I love that song, said Jack. He sang with her. We're hard and we're bad and we fight and we drink. And then he fell asleep. Elizabeth thought hard. Then she started to work. She got more wood and put it on the fire. Then she found more and more wood. When Jack woke up, there was fire everywhere.